Hey, joining us now on the Marmy Rock Show. They are brand new to the Marmy Rock Show. Their first time joining us, they are Outlaws and Moonshine. They've got a brand new album out called Devil in the Moonshine. We have got Mike from the band with us. Mike, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
So I'm excited to talk to you. I've been listening to the record, and I'm really enjoying it. Now, for those unfamiliar with the band, to our show, give us a little bit of a bio of the band. I mean, a southern rock band. You're not from Nashville or Texas, but you're from Indiana.
Yeah, we're from Indiana. That's kind of an odd place to hear from a southern rock band, but we all have really a deep admiration for our southern heritage, you know, with bands like Skidder and Molly Hatchet and Allman Brothers and that sort of stuff. And it's just something that we really, really love, and that's kind of why we write the way we do.
So give me a little bit of a bio of the band. How long have you guys been around? How'd you come together and that kind of stuff?
Well, the band initially started in 2013, but I didn't join until 2015. And so there was a little bit of time that I wasn't in the band, but we've been doing a lot of stuff since I got in the band, and we've been doing some really cool shows, and we got some other stuff, some more stuff coming up that it's got all in the works as we're going right now.
So the record's out right now, as we mentioned. It's Devil in the Moonshine. Now tell us a little bit about who produced the record, and I'm always curious about producers. What did they bring to the record?
Well, the guy that produced it and recorded it and all the good stuff, his name is Vic Rivera. He's from New York. He's got a studio called Red 5 Studios, and he's the sixth member of the band because he really gets what we are trying to achieve, and he knows just exactly how to tweak it to get it to sound the way we want it to sound.
So the debut single is the title track, Devil in the Moonshine. So tell us a little bit about that tune, and what was it that made you guys select that tune as the single and the title track?
Well, that single right there seemed to be the one that really stood out amongst the new songs that we did. And we all kind of agreed that was probably going to be the one that's going to be kind of the catchy song when we play it out live. And it's all about kind of like, you know, getting into, as Bo said, his daddy was warning him about the dangers of getting involved in moonshine and whatnot, because it could take you down the wrong road. I mean, we all know that as far as drinking goes, you need to drink responsibly. So it's just kind of a painting that good versus evil kind of thing. You know, the devil on one side and the angel on the other side kind of thing.
So there's two more tunes I want to ask you about, and I have a couple other things to ask you as well. And one of them, that I kind of got drawn to, was the tune "Here Comes Bobby." So what I want to know is, who is Bobby? If he's a real person, or if not, if symbolic. Tell me more about the tune.
Well, Bobby was kind of based on a little bit of fact, a little bit of fiction, but it was something that Bo came up with. I think it was kind of like our kind of nod to kind of like the Curtis Lowe from Skinner, and it's just kind of telling a story about a guy that you know, he just kind of lived on the wrong side of town, and he lived above a saloon, as it said, and he was kind of like the badass, and he finally, one day, he finally decided he had enough, as it kind of ends off on the song.
So there's another tune I want to ask you about, and that's actually, I think, one of my favorite ones on the record is the tune "Ride or Die." Now, when I saw the title of that, I assumed it was going to be a motorcycle song, like about getting out on a bike and riding, but it sounds to me like it could be about a lot more than that.
It is. It's about relationships as well. I mean, it's kind of a looking inward kind of song that Bo wrote. It's kind of, sometimes his lyrics comes out and it's just what he's feeling, to where how he's feeling at the point. You know, sometimes he sits and writes about stuff that of past relationships, how they went wrong, or how they went wrong, and he's kind of moving on from what he learned.
So, listening to you guys, man, and keeping up with you a little bit, I noticed that it looks like you have a video coming out pretty soon. So, I'm not sure how much you can leak about the video, but what can you tell us about? Do we know what song it is? And if so, is it you planning to do more of a concert style video or more of a storyline, movie style video?
Well, the video is going to be for the single "The Devil in the Moonshine," and I believe it's going to be released early December. I haven't heard an exact date yet, but I think early December, first couple of weeks maybe. And it was kind of a storyline video, which was a lot of fun to do. We went over to some friend's house and used their barn for to shoot the video in, and we had a really good time doing it. And Smokescreen Media, they're great guys. They've done all our videos. They come down and shot this video and really kind of captured that kind of country essence that we were looking for to have in the band, that country backwoods type feel. And I think we captured it. It's a good time type feel to it, completely from jamming in the barn to the party at the end of the video.
Now, the area you guys are from, are you from the country? Or are you like city guys that are playing Southern rock, or are you guys from the country?
Well, Bo and Chris, they grew up in a country town. I've kind of moved around a lot, but my folks, they come from Kentucky, so having that kind of hillbilly blood in me kind of gives a little bit of authenticity. But it's just this is music that we really, really love, and it's just a part of us. When we all got together, it clicked, and it's just who we are. It's not like we're trying to pretend to be something. We may not come from Gainesville, Florida, but this is what we're about. This is what we do, and we all click on stage and in the studio and in rehearsal. It's just we're a bunch of brothers.
Now I was going to ask you about that. I know so many bands that you get a band that forms, and one guy's been in a country band, one guy's been in a metal band, they've been in these kind of bands. Are all of your guys' roots in Southern rock, or do the band have any kind of interesting backgrounds of previous bands they played in that might surprise people?
Well, I think we all at one point or another cut our teeth on hard rock, heavy metal. I know before I full time joined Outlaws Moonshine, I did a lot of cover band gigs where I went from classic rock to top 40 to country. And then when I got offered this was just something that I'd been looking for a long time, because it's just deep down where my style is, and it fit me to a T. So I was really kind of glad to plug into this situation.
So tell us a little bit about Outlaws of Moonshine Live. I've looked. You guys got a pretty nice bio. You've been out with a couple bands we love. We love Wayland. I saw you guys were out with them, and Saving Abel, two bands we cover a lot of. And opening for Bret Michaels too. So what's coming up live for you guys?
I can't really say a whole lot about. We've got stuff coming up, but it's all under wraps, and it'll all kind of come out when we're ready for it to come out. We're trying to ramp up on a lot of things. So we got some stuff coming up real soon, but it's really, really cool to get. We've played with some really, really cool people. We've played with, as you mentioned, Wayland. Those are great guys. We did a week with Wayland and had a blast. And we've opened up for Jackal. We've opened up for Drowning Pool and Colt Ford and David Allen Coe. Saving Abel, as you mentioned, and Bret Michaels. We've done a lot of cool shows. We've made friends with the Moonshine Band. Those guys are really a great band to play with. It's just a party every time we get with them.
Now that's quite the diverse group you mentioned there. You got Drowning Pool, you got David Allen Coe, and is that one of the strengths you think of your genre? Is that, I know from going to a lot of shows, the metal people will still appreciate you, and the country people will still appreciate you. Do you find like your genre crosses over better than most?
Yeah, I think we're kind of straddling the fence, so to speak. You know, we've got kind of our one foot on one side, kind of the rock side, and the other foot's kind of has a nod to the countryside. And I think that, you know, and with the lyrics, it appeals to a broad band of people, and it's real lyrics. It's about real life, and not just, you know, Johnny and Susie went out on Saturday night to go party.
So we're about to enter a new year, 2018 coming up. You got the new record out. What would you say are the band's goals for 2018? If I talk to you this time next year, where do you guys hope to be?
Well, we just really hope to be, out in front of a lot of people to get our music out there so we can make more fans. And hopefully, you know, next year we can maybe be looking at writing and recording more music, because, you know, that seems to be, you know, Bo is a writing machine. That seems like what he likes to do a lot of, and he's a hell of a writer, and I'm very, very fortunate to be in a band with him and being able to play the stuff that he's helping us, you know, put out there.
Well, I've had a good time talking to you. This has been Mike from the band Outlaws Moonshine. They're out of Indiana. They're not from Gainesville, Florida, like you said, but man, great Southern rock coming out of Indiana from these guys. The record is called Devil in the Moonshine. It's a great release. You definitely want to pick it up. And Mike, I appreciate you being here on the MARR Rock Show this evening.
Well, thank you very much.